Okay, let's get started. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Yoriko Oki. I'm talking to you today from Richmond, British Columbia, Canada. And if you could just let me know where you're watching from in the chat, that would be great. I'm always amazed like how I can talk to everybody in the world from my little bedroom in my home. And I have a slideshow today. And that's that. If you like, you may actually want to have a pen and paper ready because I'm showing you a lot of my yarn and also some projects. And you may want to write down the name of the patterns or colorways. And usually those information is on the right side of the screen so that you can you can write it down. Okay. So again, my name is Yoriko. And if you've been to my presentation before, you may remember me as a fiber art studio on Granville Island. Fiber art studio is my shared studio. I am actually not the owner of the studio, but I have been using Fiber Art Studio as my business name because if you come to our local shows, I'm usually sharing the booth with my studio partners. But I decided to switch it to my own business name, Yoriko Oki. I'm just so creative with names. I couldn't just come up with a good name. So I decided to go with my own name. And I switched because I just opened my own website. And that's www.yorikooki.com. I put link to the chat in case you may want to check it out. All right, so this is me. I am a weaver, dyer, and knitter, crocheter. I love everything about fiber arts. I just like the feel of it. For me, it's just fascinating, just with like maybe strand of yarn, or could be just like loose fibers could transform into something really amazing. That really fascinates me. I was just talking with my friend the other day. I tried woodworking for very short time. It didn't really appeal to me. Like the difference is woodworking usually starts with like huge chunk of wood, and then you kind of cut into it to make it smaller, smaller, smaller to make what you want. And opposed to that, fiber art just start with just little strand of yarn or fiber, build up to where we want to go. And I'm kind of more like detailed and smaller scale working kind of person. So like building up from the little elements to the final project appeals to me better. So anyways, I started dyeing yarn 20 years ago when I started to learn to weave. And I started crochet when I was about 5 years old. And then I taught myself how to knit from my mother's old magazine when I was in elementary school. But weaving has been on my like wish list for 20 years because I have a book when I bought when I was 10 years old, about 20 years old, I think. I bought a book about weaving, and it had the instruction about making cardboard loom, but it was so complicated. Like it used those thread heddles and everything, and it was too complicated for my brain back then. And so I couldn't figure it out. And there was no class or anything available around me. Sorry. So I had to wait 20 years, and that involved in moving across the Pacific Ocean And then finally, I found a weaving class locally. Back then, there was no online shop. The best that we had was mail order, right? And usually most of the yarns came in white. The available colors are very limited back then. So to bring in more colors to my weaving, I had to learn how to dye yarn. And that's what a lot of other weavers did. That's how I got started with dyeing. But very soon, knitters started asking me, like, would you dye some knitting yarn? Or like, I had some leftover yarn from my weaving, and people asked me, would you sell it? I never thought like people would be interested in my yarn, but that kind of spread quickly, and I started selling my hand yarn at my studio as well. And about 5.5 years ago, I decided to open an online shop. That's because my husband got really, really sick and I couldn't go to studio anymore. But my studio partners are just so kind. I can't thank them enough. They said, don't worry, just make something at home and bring it in. So that's what I did. Though it was like little income, it helped a lot back then. And so I wanted to contribute something for the studio. So I decided to do more online thing for the studio because we had no studio, no online presence back then. So I started studio Instagram account and Facebook account. And then along that way, I decided to open the online shop mostly for my hand-dyed yarn. And that was on Etsy. I still have the Etsy shop, but I'm hoping to transition into my website gradually from here on. Anyway, enough about me. So that's my new website. It's www.yorikooki.com. So that's my brand new website. And if you buy more than $50 Canadian, it's basically 2 skeins of yarn. I ship your orders for free. Usually shipping costs about 10% of the cost of the yarn. So you're saving 10% by doing that. All right, so these are some of the new colors I put on my website. I did my first in-person show last weekend. That was Knit City, and I still have lots of colors available. And I've been teaching color theory classes online since last December. Just in case you don't know, I'll be teaching at Stitches West next March in Sacramento, yesterday. And if you're interested, I have 3 color classes, one for crocheters and knitters, one for weavers, and one for dyers. So if you like to learn about colors, please check it out. And along with that class, I realized people really need like wider range of colors. And not just the colors in terms of hues, but in terms of values to complete their project. So I did lots of semi-solid colors for the last show, and most of them came back from the show, although the quantity may be limited. So there are more colors, and this is just probably about 1/3 of them. So please check them out. Okay, another thing I like to talk about is advent calendar. And I'm making the advent calendar for the first time this year. And it'll be 12 skein mini set. because it's my first time, so I didn't want to commit to 24 skeins and then, not be able to make it to the deadline. But it did its 12 mini skein set, but each box of the mini skein contains a little gift from me. There'll be actually one big gift, but most of them are little gift. And when you open the box, there is a mini skein at the top. And then there's a gift from me wrapped in a tissue paper at the bottom. So if you prefer to open something every day, you can look at the skein first, and then the next day you can open that gift from me. Or you can open them all together. Or you can open all of them all together if you like. Okay. All right, so that's advent calendar. It's pre-orders open now, and I start shipping at the beginning of November, but I close the order at the end of this month. So please don't wait too long. All right, so let's continue yesterday's presentation. And if you didn't make it for yesterday's presentation, I will have the same run as yesterday. Tomorrow morning, 8:30 my time. That's 10:30 Central Time, or 12:30, sorry. No, 11:30 Eastern Time in the morning. So today's collection starts with Lakeside Collection. And this collection is based on my trip to Nita Lake, which is very close to Whistler. And if you don't know about Whistler, Whistler is where most of the skiing competitions were held during 2010 Vancouver Olympic Games. Not all of them, but most of them were at the Whistler. And Whistler itself is kind of a party town. There's like lots of snowboarders and young skiers, and there's always something going on at the ground level, and the hotels are upstairs. So, basically the downstairs are restaurants and pubs, and there's accommodations upstairs. But the place I stayed was Nita Lake Lodge, which is about 10 minutes drive from Whistler Village. I think we can walk there if you like, about 1 hour to 1.5 hour walk, which is a really nice walk lakeside. Nita Lake is a lot quieter, nice retreat, very peaceful. My husband, I took a trip to there. I think it's about 10 years ago. And I still remember it very clearly. We have such a good time. So a few years ago, I decided to dye a series of yarn based on that trip, kind of inspired by that trip. So Lakeside Collection is a 7-color collection from right to left. This one is Morning Mist, which is a white background with blue and green speckles. And the second one is Spring Thaw, which is white, blue-green variegated colors with same blue-green speckle. And the third one is called Ice on Lake, which is a variegated yarn of white and blue, purple, a little purplish blue colors with the same speckle. And then color gets gradually later darker. This is Nita Lake in the middle. And the one to the left is called Reflection. And then I have Deep End. And this tonal navy color is called Indigo Constellation. I like to show you a couple of projects using this collection. And this is my friend Roberta, and she made this beautiful shawl. The pattern is Birds of a Feather by Andrea Mori. using my spring thaw. That's from this collection, and Lady of the Lake on kit mohair and silk lace weight yarn. She's a very productive knitter, very elegant. I love how she wears her shawl here. She looks so elegant. This is another shot on the beach, the same shawl. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. And then a few years ago, my friend Françoise Danwa, you may know her as Frenchie. She's a very active knitwear designer, and she also started natural dyed yarn line. And this is called Merino Wrap. It's a very long rectangular shawl, and I do have a kit available. Okay, so because I am a weaver, I wanted to weave this lakeside collection. And one day I just put the yarn on the loom. This is how it looks like. And I didn't even blend the yarn, like, alternating the two colors, just like straight stripes. But because of the way they blend together, like you don't really see the transition, except maybe you can probably see it here. And I ended up these 3 shawls from the same rope. And as you know, I know you two are weavers. So as you know, like we can change the appearance of shawl very much by using different colors for the weft. So the leftmost one is called Mermaid's Tail. That's what I use for the weft. And for the center one, I use Indigo Constellation. That's the same navy tonal color in the Lakeside collection. And then the right one, I don't have this colorway in the shop because this one is really time consuming to dye. What I did is I tried to make this side of the warp this side of the weft darker, and it gets gradually lighter, so that like overall this side is darker and that side is lighter. So the color shifted a little bit, but I still like this very organic look, and I'm very happy with that. But if you like kind of a brownish color, I have a color called Coffee Time in my shop, and you could use that. Although that color doesn't get lighter to the right side or the upper side. So that's the 3 shawls from this collection. And then of course I have a Halloween collection. And this is 5 color collection. And these guys are just like flying out of my shop right now. It's almost the Halloween's almost there. Like I don't know if people actually are thinking of finishing something before the Halloween, but let's hope so. Or at least they'll be knitting it, crocheting it for the Halloween. Okay, so this is Halloween collection. Okay, so I just ran through each colorways. This is Pumpkin Spell, and you can see the swatches on the bottom right corner. And this is Jack-o'-lantern. This yarn is for some reason very popular for sweaters. I know a lot of people bought sweater quantity. So it's kind of orange and black mixture. And then I have a Halloween dance. And Halloween dance is the most popular colorway in the Halloween collection. I usually dye maybe double or triple amount of them, but they tend to go away very quickly. And there is Wicked. Wicked is actually my favorite colors in this collection. I like them all, but this is especially like my favorite. It's more subdued, like if you don't like orange, but if you like to do some Halloween knitting, this color would be it. Then I have Witch's fashion show, which is variegated color of black to more like gray to really light gray. And I think this will make a nice sweater as well. Interestingly, these colors tend to go to New York for some reason. A lot of people from New York, I think they like gray there, I guess. So I tend to sell a lot of these to New York. Okay, so this is my customer Sarah. She made this beautiful sweater with Halloween collection. She bought a full skein set, and I love everything about this picture. She looks so comfortable and confident. She's beautiful, very well done. As you may notice, she has a little bit black end to the sleeve, and I believe she probably ran out of the colors there. So if you need a sixth skein, I do have color called Black Cat, which is a black color. Yeah, so you can add that too. And this is a crochet version. And the customer's name is Laura, and she made at least few very beautiful projects using my yarn. When she ordered this yarn, she asked me that I really need one more skein, and what can I add? So I suggested her to use this Black Cat, and it actually makes nice border, I think. The Halloween collection itself is kind of makes heathery look, so the black really anchors the show very well, I think. So that's a crochet version of Halloween collection. Okay, so five skein collections, and all of my collections are available as full skein set, mini skein set, and also you can buy individual colors as well. Okay, so I like to show you, I think, one kit or like one pattern my friend Nat designed for me. It's called coal-fired shawl, and I learned coal-fired means coffee in Gael word. The yarn she used is called Coffee Time. So we are on the coffee theme on this shawl. I just love this shawl. It's just so elegant. It's not particularly difficult in terms of skill level, but it is like two skein shawl. So you need a little bit knitting stamina to finish the project. But I love to knit this one very in the near future. So it's a crescent shaped shawl and with a lace border. I know at least 3 of my customers knitted this one as a gift. One went to my customer's sister, and 2 of them went to my customer's mothers. And they are all very happy with that. Okay, so I know somebody came in. So this is just repeating the information. I have a new website. It's www.yorikooki.com. I just put the link in the chat. And if you buy more than $50 Canadian, which is basically 2 skeins of yarn, I pay your shipping, so you don't have to worry about the shipping cost. And usually shipping cost is about 10% of your purchase. So you are effectively saving 10% if you use this offer. Okay, so now let me talk about lap knot sweater. How many of you have knitted lap knot sweater? I'm sure like at least 1 or 2 of you did, because it looks like they're just like, oh yes, planning, perfect. I know like lots of people knit this one and then still keep knitting. I heard like lots of people say I made 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of them because it just goes up so quickly. It's really relaxing knitting. It looks a little complicated, but it's actually lace portion is maybe, I don't know, 15 rounds. After that, it's just like stockinette stitch. So you use this, I think 6 millimeter or US 10 size needle. So it really goes up quickly. And also the finished sweater is so light. So it's the mohair like at the that add to the volume, but it's really light. So you don't really feel like wearing anything, but it's really warm. The mohair is so warm. So I made this sweater and I wear it all the time. So I do have 3 colorways available if you like to mix, if you like to knit this sweater or if you like to mix mohair, the finger weight yarn. Just like be careful. I do have a kit available, but if you buy one kit or one set, you get 1 skein of each. But if you like to knit adult size sweater, you probably need 2 or 3 sets. And I sell as like one each as a set because this sweater comes in a really wide range of sizes. If you like to knit smaller sizes like teenager size or toddler size, you definitely need only 1 each. But if you like to knit the bigger sizes, you probably need more. So this combo is called a blue heather combo. And it uses this mermaid's tail on the right side and indigo constellation on the left side. And I really like the heathery effect they make together. Then I have a coffee combo, like I'm on the coffee theme again. And that is the combination of these 2 colors. This is the coffee fog on the kid silk, and the right side is the coffee time that the knot used for the shawl I just showed you earlier. So they will knit up like this together. I really like this combo too. I like to make the second one with this combo when I have time. Okay, and then the third one is pink combo, and it comes with this Girl's Dream. That's the name of this fingering weight yarn on Sparkle. And also this one is called Cotton Candy on Kid Silk. I think this is really cute. If you like to make a sweater for a little girl or maybe a big girl like yourself, I think this will be really, really cute. So that's the combination of the close-up again. So that's the 3 combos available in my shop. And of course, you don't have to use them for love knot sweater. I actually made a hat using the coffee combo the other day, and I really liked working with them. And okay, I only have 1 minute left, and this is something a little different. It's not the yarn, but I do have a dye kit available in my shop. And I started offering this because every July, we used to have this dye your own Sokyang event at the studio where we prepared everything. People came in, bought the white yarn, just like put the colors onto the yarn, and we bring it inside and heat set the yarn, and then people could take it home at the end of the day. But because of the pandemic, we cannot do the event anymore. At least like we couldn't do it this year and last year. So we decided to put a kit. And like lots of customers used to come and just have fun. But anyways, this is available in my shop. It comes pretty much everything you need. And other thing you need is like things like paper cups or plastic cups. Maybe brush. You don't need brush. Everything else is like probably you can find at home. So this is a great gift for your friends or family members who's really artsy, or maybe for yourself. So that's it about with my presentation today. And again, I'll be here tomorrow at 8:30 Pacific time or 11:30 Eastern time if you're interested. And I'll be repeating yesterday's presentation again. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.